So hello and welcome guys to another trade recap. So today I'll be going on to explain the yesterday's trade. Today is 8th November and yesterday's trade I taken on NQ. It was like in New York session, and so yeah, let's just jump right into the trade. So I'll just quickly explain my thinking and overall process after market had opened. Okay, I've already taken a trade here. Yesterday's trade I've taken some around here. I had taken one trade yesterday. Sorry, not yesterday, day before yesterday, but I have not explained that yet. So after I am finished explaining this trade, I will go on to explain this trade. Okay. So yeah, let's just jump quickly into the day how it went on. So initially I had marked down all my point of interest. Many untapped FBGs was present. We cannot call it exactly untapped, but technically all of this was left. This 1 hour IBG had been mitigated. This everything had been certainly mitigated, but it was left open for further balances. Okay. So now going on to the day, if you see market had opened some around 9:25. So next candle the market opens into the 1 minute time frame. I'm sure you can understand. If you have not, if you are watching this the first video, I'm using the same model which I'm using in Forex. So it's the same thing, and I'm contemplating whether I should shift full time to just futures because in Euro USD which I was trading, like it's kind of very unnatural way of like in the model. So I'll talk about them in the later video, but now let's quickly run down. So this was the London low, this blue line. So we see market opened and we got a nice breakthrough of the liquidity sweep. Now I was wondering whether we can give nice displacement. So overall in that going on to the day, I was pretty bearish. So I was hoping that we can get some sort of a rebalance rebalance into inefficiencies, then we can get some sort of a manipulation and we can continue lower. Okay, that was my initial reaction, but since we displaced through the London low, then my bias became fully bearish with no point of reversal. Okay, so now I can explain the trade or I can pull the video also because what you say, the session recording, session execution. So I'll just explain it, then I'll bring in the session execution. So as you can see after this, the market just displaced through. There was no entry criteria for me, and yesterday I did enter on. I, I cannot technically call it a FOMO, but I did enter kind of very early. Like I'm contemplating whether entering early and FOMO, fear of missing out, are the same thing. Because sometimes when I early enter and the confluences are present, still it overall becomes a like mistake. But sometimes when I do FOMO, then also it becomes overall a mistake. So everything like I'm trying to figure out whether both of them like early entry and FOMO are those the same things or are they totally different. So yeah, going on to the day, then I had marked around here. If you can see 1 minute FBG, I was hoping for it to stay open, and after I had already marked the equilibrium of this range in the 1 hour time frame. Going to the 1 hour time frame, I already marked this range right here, and I had taken this trade in 30 seconds. So I just go, I'll just technically pull it here. Now the market came here, it formed a low, then we did get a manipulation movement here, then was a then pull back to the range, and here was my initially entry. If I just pull my session execution, yesterday 7th of December, sorry, 7th of November. So this is the session chart. So we can see the market is moving here. Here everything is going on. Then I watched Justin's Verland's pre-market analysis. So after I watched Justin's pre-market analysis, then I got to my own trading. And as you can see, market opened here somewhere around here. The market opened, it broke through. Then overall we didn't get any form of retracement. Then I formed the overall equilibrium of this range. Everything I did perfectly. Just I had to wait a little bit more. I kind of rushed into the trade a little bit early. So I think so. Trying this series has been just me trying to better myself and develop more good habits in the market and trying to do the same thing over and over again. So it becomes repeatable. So if you see here, so I'll just what explaining. Then the market again broke through. Then it created a low. Then it started. See now, yes, like previous 2 days, I had seen that when the market just breaks through, we get some sort of a retracement to somewhere around the equilibrium. Then we can continue from there. Like in forex, what can happen if the market just breaks through here? There is like I have not calculated the percentage, so I cannot say you that this has to happen. But very likely there can be possible of retracement because what you see is like many forex pairs or all forex pairs are moving within the range. Okay, this is the range that the forex pairs moves in. Now this is the let's say monthly time frame. Let's say this is the overall high. Let's say Euro USD, it moves around from 1.9 to 1.02, something like it just moves within this range. Now if you zoom into the lower time frame, then we might see some sort of a momentum here. Now, this is the weekly time frame. Okay, this is very much. But in NQ everything happened. Like mostly if the trend wants to continue, it can just continue here. Like in the weekly time frame, but in the uh like weekly time frame also the market can initially just trend change. But forex pairs that cannot happen. Okay. Mostly it balances within a single range. But sometimes it can go to all time high and then again it can reverse. So now what I'm just trying to say is that the market, like most likely the market, there is a possible chance of no retracement and the market can just reverse. Okay, so but in here what I've seen is most likely the market comes to give us a retracement and continue lower because my overall bias was also bearish. Okay, so now if you see here, the market had broken through here. Then I was seeing and here very I was again about to do a mistake because like if you see here, like if you press the chart here, the first is reset view, but in the mm, in the broker in the blue garden future, if you press the right button, the first option is market buy. So I was mistakenly about to press the market buy, then I did a reset chart view. I looked at it twice. Then here I went and overall this is my manipulation move. So I was hoping that the market come here and it can form some sort of a manipulation move and I can take a trade to the downside. Here I had remembered the equilibrium, but I chose to completely ignore it at the time of my execution. Okay, we did get an SMT also. See, I was seeing S&P 500 together with NQ. Sorry. So like I completely missed the equilibrium. Then we did get a liquidity sweep here. Then we as we run through this 1 minute FBG, I chose to take my entry here. See, we did get some momentum here, multiple momentum. Then we started rejecting the 1 minute IFBG, 1 minute FBG, sorry, not IFBG. One as we did get rejection here. If you see, yes, as the candle started coming here, we did close here. If you see the close, then this kind of confirmed that we want to go lower, and I had taken my entry there. Then there was a 2 minute gap as well. So we kind of inverts that gap. We closed it close below that. And then I took my entry right there. So you can see as we got a close of the 2 minute gap, as we did that, then I took my entry. So you can see here. Then the market like stopped me out very quickly. You can see here, like it went like if you can see here, I put my stop loss to here. My first stop loss was here, but as the market started rejecting that, I gave my stop loss a little bit room to breathe. I gave it a little bit room to breathe. If you see here, I should have initially just waited for the market to touch the equilibrium, and then I need to see some sort of a price action and then to continue, because like my entry was also way too early for this. Like there was no higher time frame FBG, just 1 minute FBG, and it was not a proper pullback to the equilibrium as well. So here the market came very close, and I thought that it got stopped out, but still again it went down. See, from here it came had come to profit. Here now I thought that most likely, because this same thing had happened yesterday. Like I don't think I can find the screenshot, but yes, here, see here, same thing inside the FBG in 30 seconds. We created bunch of lows. We took that in a single run. We got a candle closure. We anticipated that the market wants to go lower, got a CISD, and then boom. Oh, the same thing I was expecting that the market wants to do here as well after this candle closure. You see here, this candle closure, then we inverse the gap in the second and we closed below this candle. Then I thought most likely now I'm going to get, like, what do you say? Like I'm not going to get stopped out. And I thought of here entering my second position also, but I was overall down on like lot $200-300. So that's why I decided not to do anything. So here the market just starts ranging and it goes and stops me out very quickly. See here, started rejecting here, but then boom, it went and stopped me out initially. So yeah, and the trade overall, if you see, this was overall execution and all that. So overall, everything worked out nicely. It did reject the equilibrium. And see, this was the equilibrium. Now, if I go to the lower time frame, here should have been the trade. Let's say I had closed it here. Then if I go here, if you see, we got a tap in the equilibrium, took that high. We got an SMT, change in the state in the 1 minute time frame. This is the CISD with body close displacement. Wait for the market to come here. Stop loss just above this high. This will be the first target, and this will be the break overall target. This was the equal high of the previous very long time ago. Okay, I could also place my stop loss somewhere here. I could anticipate that this gap wants to stay open and just keep here. Then after this, get tapped in. One, two, three, fourth candle, both everything got taken off. This was the perfect trade. I would just, if I would have just waited like 10 minutes from here to here, this I took the trade here 9:47. This trade was like 15 exact 15 minutes. This trade opportunity presented itself. This was the perfect. This had an like anticipated the entire time. The market will reject the equilibrium. We get a CSD, then continue to break through. Okay, so that didn't happen, and this was the perfect trade. This was what was supposed to happen, but unfortunately, I did ended up taking loss. I'm overall like very much in a loss right now. I have only around $43 left. Let's see. Let's try to pull this back account back. Yesterday I lost around $120. So six. This trade I will do now and upload the video also. So yeah, that was the overall explanation of the trade. Just overall outcome is I should have just waited a little bit longer. Most of the trades which are like I have not seen trades, that many trades like running out without like taking me in, like taking me like not giving me a entry. So I need to just wait. I need to have some little bit more patience. I'm very close to that payout or passing the account mark. I just need to stick to it a little bit more. Okay. So that's it for this video. Bye bye. Take care.